Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are planning to study in Canada, whether you are coming alone or with your family, this video is your complete roadmap. Student visa rules have recently changed, and missing even a single detail could cost you your visa. In this video, I will guide you through everything you need to know to successfully apply for a Canadian study permit. We will cover important updates like the Provincial Attestation Letter, revised financial requirements, and the crucial role of your letter of explanation in the approval of your Canada student visa application. I'll also explain what designated learning institutions are and why it is essential for your school to be designated in order to qualify for a student visa. Plus, I will break down the new work hour policy for international students, which now allows you to work up to 24 hours per week off campus. So if you are serious about studying in Canada, grab a pen, stay tuned, and let's break it all down step by step. In Canada, the student visa is officially called a study permit. It's the document that allows international students to live and study in Canada legally. In 2025, the student visa rules have changed significantly. It's no longer just about receiving an acceptance letter from a Canadian educational institution. Now, along with the acceptance letter from the educational institution, you also need approval from the province where the institution is located. That's where the Provincial Attestation Letter or PAL comes in. I will explain how it works in just a moment. Before you even think about applying for a study permit, you need to make sure your school is a designated learning institution. A designated learning institution or DLI is a school that has been approved by the Canadian government to host international students. All primary and secondary schools in Canada are automatically DLIs, but when it comes to colleges and universities, you need to double check. If your letter of acceptance comes from a school that isn't a DLI, your visa application will be rejected. No exceptions. You can find the full list of DLIs on the official IRCC website, and each school has a unique DLI number that must be included in your application. Let's talk about the Provincial Attestation Letter. Starting in 2024, Canada introduced a cap on the number of study permits issued each year. In 2025, that cap is set at 437,000 permits, which is 10% lower than last year. Every province has a limited number of spots for international students. To manage this, provinces issue a Provincial Attestation Letter, a document that confirms you have been assigned one of those limited spots. Without a Provincial Attestation Letter, your study permit application will not be processed. There are a few exceptions to this rule. Students in kindergarten through grade 12 do not need a Provincial Attestation Letter. Certain graduate level researchers are also exempt, and if you are coming to Canada as part of an official exchange program, you won't need one either. Students who are already in Canada and applying for an extension at the same institution and level are also exempt. But for most post-secondary students, the Provincial Attestation Letter is mandatory. Once you get your acceptance letter from a DLI, your school will request a Provincial Attestation Letter from the province on your behalf. Now let's go over what you need to apply for a study permit. First, you will need a valid letter of acceptance from a DLI. Then, you will need your Provincial Attestation Letter, unless you are studying in Quebec, where you will need a Quebec acceptance certificate instead. You will also need a valid passport, recent passport size photos, and proof of financial support. As of September 1st, 2025, you must show that you have at least 22,895 Canadian dollars available for your living expenses, not including tuition. If you are bringing family members, you will need to show additional funds for each dependent. You will also need to prove your English proficiency, typically through an IELTS score of 6 overall, with no band lower than 5.5. A letter of explanation is highly recommended. as it helps immigration officers understand your genuine intent to study in Canada. It outlines your academic goals, reasons for choosing your program and institution, and your future plans. It also allows you to clarify any gaps in education, financial concerns, or past visa refusals. By showing that you understand your responsibilities as a student, it adds credibility to your application. A well-crafted letter of explanation can make a significant difference in getting your study permit approved. Depending on your country of origin, you may also need to complete a medical exam or provide a police clearance certificate. Let's talk about family. Yes, you can bring your spouse and children with you to Canada, but there are specific rules. Your spouse may be eligible for an open work permit, but only if you are enrolled in a qualifying program. These include master's and doctoral degrees, as well as professional programs like medicine, law, engineering, nursing, and pharmacy. If you are studying in a regular undergraduate or diploma program, you can still bring your spouse to Canada, but your spouse will not be eligible for a work permit. As for your children, those under 18 can apply for a study permit to attend school in Canada. If your child is 18 or older, they are no longer considered a dependent and must apply for their own study permit. That means they will need their own letter of acceptance from a DLI, proof of financial support, and language proficiency scores. Now let's talk about your ability to work while studying, which is especially important if you're supporting a family. As of November 2024, Canada increased the off-campus work limit for international students from 20 to 24 hours per week. To qualify, you must be a full-time student at a designated learning institution in a program over 6 months. During scheduled breaks like summer or winter holidays, you can work unlimited hours off-campus. This change helps students earn more, gain Canadian work experience, and manage living costs. It's part of Canada's effort to better support international students, both financially and academically. Visa refusals are unfortunately common, but they are also avoidable. One of the biggest reasons for rejection is a weak study plan. If your letter of explanation does not clearly outline your academic goals and how your program fits into your future, immigration officers may doubt your intent. Another common issue is insufficient financial documentation. You need to show that you can afford both tuition and living expenses. If your documents are inconsistent or incomplete, that's another red flag. To avoid refusals, make sure your study plan is strong, your financial documents are clear and verifiable, and you demonstrate strong ties to your home country, like family responsibilities, property ownership, or job prospects after graduation. If you're wondering which provinces are easier for provincial attestation letter approval, here's what you need to know. Provinces like Ontario and British Columbia have the largest number of international students, which means competition is fierce. On the other hand, provinces like Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Manitoba have lower demand and more manageable approval processes. These provinces still offer excellent education and the same post-graduation work opportunities, so do not overlook them. Also, if you're applying for a master's or PhD program, Canada is reserving specific spots for graduate students under the new cap. That means you may have a better chance of getting approved if you are pursuing advanced studies. One last thing. Make sure your program qualifies for a post-graduation work permit or PGWP. Most full-time programs at DLIs qualifies you for a post-graduation work permit, but short-term or unaccredited programs may not. PGWP is your ticket to staying and working in Canada after graduation, so double-check your eligibility before applying. And that's your complete guide to the Canada Student Visa. I hope this helped clarify the process and gave you the confidence to move forward with your application. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. and share it with someone who is planning to study in Canada. Drop your questions in the comments and do not forget to subscribe for more immigration tips and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.